What's up guys, and in today's video I got Advent Child, and yeah, I showcased him, obtained him, and not gonna lie, in this video, you know how in Miyabi video I said that I got really lucky? Well, this time I got even luckier, which is honestly surprising that I actually, got a glitched, but yeah. Let's jump straight to the video. Like, subscribe, and comment how it works, but let's go to the video, I guess. But before actually evolving Advent Child, I decided to do some rolling, because obviously I'm not gonna evolve him when he has no trait. So yeah, now you're gonna see a montage of me simply getting some rerolls from any way I could actually get them, rolling him, and just praying for something that is at least outer. And I think you guys already know that by the end of this I got insanely lucky. So, since I can't really get anything good on Advent Child, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna do all the raids, damage farm on Miyabi so she gets full skill tree, then we'll game bull, hoping for at least an overlord. Alright, so I finished all the elemental currents, now it's time to roll of Advent Child. Still don't know his name. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna comment on that. Alright, thankfully light current is right now buffed, so alright, so we're back in the lobby. It's time to evolve him, Advent Child. I can't believe it actually got glitched on him. Yeah. The new secret Advent Child breaker. And well, now it's time for the showcase. Alright, now we're in the infinite, and yeah. So just his placement, his maxed out range is actually pretty big actually. I'm gonna show you here. So first of all, his first attack is like cuts up, and then there is like explosion, this nameless, and attack effects are just. So yeah, he actually has only one passive here, so for every +1 damage buff, he's 2% crit damage. For every -1% SPA buff, plus 1% crit chance. And every third attack deals 5 times damage and applies pressure and stun. So he's kind of a crit character, it seems. So yeah, crit skill tree is definitely his best. Now, I mean, his damage is pretty good, he is also pretty cheap to place, he really cheap to place. Cheap to upgrade. Now, his next attack is Cherry Blossom. Decent circle, let's say. And he gets a freeze debuff. Before he had cripple, now he has freeze. He uses cripple, and he gets another attack, materializing magic. For each effect currently on this unit, increase DOT damage by 20%. So I think it's like the way it works is that he gets more DOT damage the more status effects he is gonna deal with in a stack, like those effects. Okay, it's pretty cool, I guess. I mean, he seems like actually, yeah, his damage is really low, I'd say. But at the same time, he is pretty cool, honestly. Next attack is, oh, he doesn't get a new attack, he just gets a new passive, Limit Breaker. For every multiple of 30% damage, Buff on this unit gains a limit break stack, plus 30% crit damage multiplier against a random duty effect. So you need to get plus 50% damage, I don't really know how. But right. The 100k is relatively expensive, let's say, but gets a bigger circle and just more explosions. Gets a new passive, I think. No, he doesn't get a new passive, he gets an ability, Air Splitter. Upon activation move, all bosses mini bosses in range to the closest point on the path deal 350% damage in range and apply a hemorrhage based on this multiplier. Increase the base damage multiplier by plus 200 times per limit break. Level total is 350% X plus 300 X LB. So yeah, his damage is actually really low now. I mean, maxed out now he has like around 2 billion. 620,000, it's... His damage is lower than... Actually, it might be higher than Miyabi, but at the same time Miyabi is fully AoE. Why do I kind of feel like Miyabi might be better? Like... He's really good still, he has those debuffs. Passives are pretty cool, but... I think he kinda relies on buffing. What does... all of it. R1, 10% more vulnerable to crits, and this also takes them. So yeah, it's just damage buff, quick damage buff, poison, which is, damage, pressure is debuff, debuff the enemy, and then stun is just stun. I know he's good, I guess, he just kind of feels like a weird character. He's probably still my best fight unit, it's either him or Ichigo, but honestly he just kind of feels weird. Actually, I forgot about Bulma. I wanted to buff him with both Bulma and Idol, but let's buff him with the Idol now. With Idol buff he does 1.20. I mean, it's good, just kind of a weird character. Right, I'm gonna wait until I can summon Shenron as Bulma. Alright, summon Shenron, he doesn't push for power. So with both Bulma and Shenron he does, Bulma and Idol he does 1.43 billion. Can get him higher by giving him things like, let's say, buffs, like SPA buffs, giving him more crit chance, but I'm not sure what units actually buff SPA. Actually, I guess maybe it's like elemental caverns, but I'm not sure honestly. I mean, he's good. I'd say that Miyabi is better, but he's still pretty cool. He's a cool character. Though honestly, I'm kind of scared, like, kind of weird that he does, like, actually he does more damage than Miyabi. At the same time, it's glitched and the difference isn't that big. Also, he's cheaper, so yeah, he might be better than Miyabi. I mean, still, Miyabi is overpowered, both of them are overpowered, and I recommend getting both. The difference is that Miyabi earlier her damage is much higher than this. Like, she starts off with 5 billion, he does 3 million. First upgrade of Miyabi gives her like 25 million, and for him it's like... What's the place? For him, first upgrade only gives him 7 million, so yeah. Still a really good unit, but personally I just think the Miyabi was kind of better. But yeah, pretty cool unit. Now let's test him out. So yeah, now that I showcased him, I feel like it's time to just test him out on a real stage. See how actually efficiently it is to use him, and how good he is against real enemies, and not just some NPCs from Infinite that have like 100 HP. But yeah, let's jump straight to the test. The stage. Alright, we're gonna be stage with... It's the same thing that I used for testing Miyabi, but I replaced obviously Miyabi for Advent Child, and I replaced Rukia for Goku, just for the team damage to bosses, because boss damage, 30% boss damage in my opinion is just pretty good. Honestly, I'm gonna place Yuno this again. That's next Advent Child. Honestly, he's actually really good. I just kind of feel like damage. Actually, damage wise, if you max him out, he's gonna do the same damage. Actually, a little bit more damage than Miyabi. It's just Miyabi is more straightforward, and also his passes are just kind of weird in my opinion. And this team is already kind of struggling on early game because Miyabi just had more damage on placement. But after a few upgrades, Advent Child is gonna have, you know, really good damage. Also, I think the reason why Miyabi did better early games because of the follow-ups. I think they actually worked. And because of this, she was doing much more damage than Advent Child does. Again, I'm sorry if you if you love Final Fantasy. I don't know who this character is. I don't know anything about Final Fantasy. I might get into the games someday, but definitely not now. Because I literally don't have a PC, I can't. But now that, I mean, honestly, in this game, it's more like, if you can beat the early game, then you can beat the whole game at this point. You know, like the early waves of the match. Now it's gonna be really easy, because the enemies don't scale much, but units do scale a lot with upgrades. I think that's gonna also go for the whole game. Yep, this was really easy. So yeah, Advent Child is actually a really good unit. I recommend getting him. Though personally, I feel like I will definitely use him honestly, but personally, I just kind of like me a bit more. But yeah, that's it for the showcase.